Welcome to Champagne Gains, the podcast where we pop the cork on the world of fitness competitions, lifestyle, and everything in between. I'm your co-host, Becca Mickelson, nutrition coach, personal trainer, and NPC bikini competitor.
And I'm Kiki, IFBB pro bikini athlete and coach. Together, we'll be guiding you through the ins and outs of what it takes to shine on the stage and life, while keeping it real and having a little fun along the way.
From prepping for the big day to enjoying the post-show treats, we're going to cover it all. We'll also be talking about food, fitness, and how to balance this unique lifestyle with our everyday lives.
Plus, we'll be inviting some special guests to join us on the show, fellow competitors, coaches, and others in the industry who can share their wisdom and stories with us.
And of course, we'll be getting personal and sharing our own experiences, successes, and struggles as we train and compete in this exciting world of fitness competitions.
So grab your favorite glass of bubbly and let's get ready to dive into today's episode of Champagne Gains.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Champagne Gains. Is that
Coach Kiki? Yeah. Coach Kiki is here in the building.
In the house, and Coach Beckin is here in my apartment.
What is going on, Beckin?
Well, we are in prep, still obviously didn't quit. Not planning on quitting. Some very exciting things coming up. I'm not sure if I want to announce it or not. I think not.
Let
the people be surprised. So yeah, feeling good though. I mean, I did a post yesterday, I'm dieting on 1,700 calories. So that's kind of fun. Just wild to think.
It's funny, obviously when you're working with your first time competitors, or the first time you're working with someone, it's you kind of, it's not like you're throwing darts and hoping it sticks, but with you, we know what to do. But I'm even shocked at how your body's going right now. And it was just kind of like a light switch.
It literally was the flip of a switch.
Yeah. And I was like, oh dang, we're getting close.
Yeah, it was 1 week, and all of a sudden I'm looking in the mirror I have skeleton face, I'm just feeling lean all of a sudden, there's veins popping everywhere. It's whoa. So
that was kind of the same with Tyler too.
Really?
He's making improvements, and then from 1 week to the next, it was just damn, you're ready, dude.
Yeah.
His refeeds right now are 2 bacon cheeseburger, or not cheeseburgers, 2 bacon hamburgers, large fry, and a Lions Cub cookie.
Can you bring me one of those?
Absolutely.
Just kidding. No. Because we got plans after that. But
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? I think it was something about Tyler.
You were talking about your veins.
Yeah, it wasn't about that. I think it was about food. But yeah, I mean, it's just been this prep has been so fun, and I just love it, living alone. I don't ever want to have someone living with me compete again. I just get up and do my cardio. I don't have to be fucking quiet or anything. It's amazing.
Dude, I was thinking about that in the gym the other day. Obviously I'm still getting used to the evening times, and just okay,
Yeah.
what do I do? But I was thinking in the gym, and I'm just dreaming up this man that's going to come into my life eventually. And I was like, dude, I'm kind of so excited to this will be when I start prep, it'll be my first prep that I'm not with someone.
You're going to love it.
Yeah. And I'm super excited to start prep, I think, because of that reason. And not anything else change
Right.
Nothing really changes between what I'm doing now and what I'm going to be doing in prep, except I
Mhm.
have cardio and like I'll probably pay attention to stretching more.
Go past my massage
But
habits.
like I'm like so excited. And then I'm also like I think you probably felt this when you were at the tail end of your improvement season that you're like, well, I hope I grew what I needed to. And then I'm like, do I just stay in improvement season for the rest of the year? Like but like I can't do that. Like mentally I don't think I could do that. And like
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I was just like, I think I've cried like 4 times in the gym like the past like 2 weeks.
Damn
Like
it, stop.
it was around, well, last week it was because I was like right before my cycle. Hey, healthy hormones.
You got
Yeah,
it?
yeah, healthy
Oh my
hormones
God. What the fuck? I
twice
need
in a
to
row.
send you something.
Twice, yeah, 2 months in a row. Healthy
Wow.
hormone. Yeah. And then I've just been like kind of like in my feels, I think, for who knows, for
Yeah,
girls.
you love prep.
I don't know. Yeah.
He was gonna tell me when you were competing the other day, and then he never did. So you can't tell her. If I tell you, you can't tell her. I'm like, I won't. I won't. He's like, yeah, right. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't ruin the surprise.
I just want to know when I'm uh starting prep. That's literally, I don't even care if
Yeah.
it's I mean, I would like to be able to eat like Easter with my family on Sunday, but
Yeah.
that's kind of like when that's like I'm gonna say that that's like my last like meal.
Last supper. I I made an Easter post like yesterday. I was on it yesterday, but I talked about that like tips for Easter dinner. Like this isn't your last supper, so you don't have to eat everything in sight.
I feel like Easter is just like it's not about the food though.
Yeah, but like people make it that way. Like
Yeah.
um, this is stupid. I saw at Walmart Rice Krispie Peeps. It was like Rice Krispie flavored Peeps. It's not like any Rice Krispie treats involved. So it's just like more marshmallowy Peeps.
Flavored.
But I bought them.
Like those would probably make good
What
Rice Krispie treats.
they would. Yeah. This is what I remember what I was going to say. You would have been so proud of me the other day. I was like talking to someone and they were like, oh yeah, I forgot that you have, we were talking about protein options. And he was like, cottage cheese or whatever. I was like, he's like, oh yeah, I forgot you have that thing with cheese. I was like, he would be so proud of that. I'm like anti-cheese.
And there are certain situations that it is fine.
Yes. The Tyler cheeseburger, not cheeseburger thing reminded me of that.
Goodness, he's so funny. So I have him competing and um he'll be 3 weeks out, which is crazy. I have Miss Annabelle, she's 2 weeks out from Panhandle. So obviously when this release, it'll be a little bit less than 2 weeks, but Marina is competing in like 4 weeks.
Damn, you're about to be busy.
Yeah, someone doing the PCB show. Goodness. Yeah, it's starting. I was like, oh, this is so easy. And then I like now when I'm like writing it or like looking at the weeks out on my spreadsheet, I'm like, oh, that's like
Legit.
every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my first competitor competing next weekend, so that is exciting.
That's so exciting.
I know. It's another reason I don't really want to go to coaching con.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so hard. As much as like we can do things on like from our cell phones, it's like I like to be like in a normal routine of
Mhm.
things. So like you know that you're like not distracted.
Right. I know. But yeah. What else? Oh yeah, the Easter thing. Someone asked me if I got like, she's like, you get like Easter dinner though. I was like, no, and like I don't care. Like I honestly debated even going to my parents for Easter because I don't like I don't know
Want to
what
deal
like
with it?
my sister isn't coming, so because she's due like next week. Yeah. So there was that, and I didn't know what was going on, but I am going to go because I have to do cardio on Sunday and the Y is closed. So I'll go to Tanya's gym.
That's fine. So last year Easter, I was in peak week for the Wasatch
Oh,
Warrior.
sounds
I
good.
don't even I mean I brought all of my own food.
Mhm. Of
I
course.
like, my mom is going. So we still do my mom still does Easter baskets for me and my
Uh-huh.
sister. I think it's because she has no grandchildren, so like she needs to do something. Um, but it's like, Mom, please don't give me like I literally like right now, I think I told you last week, I don't have like anything to even like snack on if I wanted to go off my plan. I don't
Yeah.
have anything in the house. And so I swear, if my mom gives me some stuff, I'm gonna be like, this is staying at your house.
Yeah. You can have it. Re-gift it to her. He's like, I got you an Easter basket.
Yes. Give it to these kids.
Oh.
All right, so let's get into our topic for today.
What do we
So
call
today,
it?
uh, like harsh realities of working with your coach.
Yes, that really
Kind of.
aren't harsh that you should like expect to have happen. Um,
Yeah.
but obviously, like first and foremost, like this is not about anyone in particular. If you're listening to this and feel called out, it's not about you, but if you feel called out, maybe
Maybe you're doing it.
keep listening. But number
Yeah, I mean,
one, communication is so essential to your progress.
yes, the
Communication.
communication. Absolutely. I mean, I tell my girls when I'm on the first consult call, that is what I tell them first and foremost. I said, my number one expectation is communication. I only know what you tell me. I don't need to know your entire life backstory. That will happen as this coaching relationship grows. But every single check-in, I don't need to know that you pooped at 9 a.m. on Tuesday and didn't poop until 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Like
Right.
there are levels of communication, but I also don't want just your check-in photo and your weight and no description of
Zero.
anything. Because then I have to ask all of these follow-up questions, and then you're probably not even going to respond back to my email.
Okay, so that is going into the no communication thing. Like, I always can see when someone sees what I respond to them with. So if you're not like, opening it till a week later, then why like don't complain to me about not making progress because those things could have been implemented that entire
Yeah,
week.
things implemented. If you're struggling with anything, and then I'm asking follow-up questions like about your sleep or your digestion, and you don't open it until the next week, it's like,
What was I
okay,
even talking about? And that's just another thing, like the amount of effort you put in is going to be directly correlated to the results that you get, and which is hopefully the whole purpose of you working with a nutrition coach,
yeah.
getting
And
results.
I tell my girls in the consult call, like I I expect high levels of communication. And when you check in at the appropriate time that we lay out, you will get a same day response. Because I had one of my girls say, "Oh, I didn't even see that you emailed me back." And I was like, "Of course I emailed you back. You checked in on Monday. I sent you that check-in probably at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And
So if you don't check your personal email at least by like 6 p.m. on Monday, and you're going to have my response. And if you do,
yeah.
for whatever reason, I probably would have texted you and said, "Hey, I'm running behind today. Like, I'll get to it like first thing Tuesday morning if something happened."
Yeah, that's another thing that I have, like in their initial, like welcome email, like make sure your notifications for Trainer Eyes are turned on so that you can get a notification when I am asking you a question or when I am responding to you. Like, please make sure you're
Yeah. And
checking for your response. Like you should care about it
yes,
in
like
reality.
I get anxious when I don't hear back from and like from my coach. And
Yeah.
I know that like some of my athletes are the same, and I feel bad if I can't get back to them in like I think even like I was getting anxious on Monday with your check-in, and I was like sent her there because I like kind of like pick and choose who like where mentally I'm like able to like respond to a
Mhm.
certain person at a certain time. So if like I'm not in the right mental headspace to really pay attention to Beckon's check-in, like I will like pause until like I finish my cup of coffee or something when I like know that I can give my full undivided attention to each, athlete,
Mhm.
because everyone needs different things, and especially with like my prep clients, like your guys' things are very important, and then I just get anxious and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't respond to you by like 9 a.m." I was like, "Well, I got to do this before I like eat my first meal because I don't want it to be like half an hour later when
Yeah.
you know
Don't worry about me. I am, but like I always like if it is a minute and I'm like, did it send? Like I'll go into my outbox and be like, oh God, I gotta make sure like because there was like that one time that it didn't
like,
actually send and you're like, are you checking in today?
oh. And it's also like we're not gonna like
Babysit?
handhold you. We're not gonna handhold or babysit you.
Yeah.
Like if I like I have in the initial plan, and I reiterate this, check-ins Monday, noon, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, where's your check-in?" Which I mean I do,
Yeah, same.
but like, hello, like,
Yeah.
can we not just like follow what
But
we're
you
set
have
out?
to, that was on my like don't act like my protocols I have set in place don't apply to you. Like
Yeah.
you follow, like I have a system, this is a system, like this is my job. Like this isn't like a side gig that's just like a hobby for me. Like I take this shit so seriously and we have systems in place like we need you to follow so that we can give you our all.
And yeah, and our like there's reasons why we set things up this way. Like you said, like this is our full-time job. We don't have other jobs outside of this. There are several coaches that do this as a side gig. This is our full-time job, and we set these protocols for check-ins and communications in a certain way so we can be successful and you can be successful.
Yes.
There's like if I'm having girls checking in on whatever day they freaking want, like it screws up my entire day
Right.
where I'm running behind on if I have girls now checking in on Tuesdays when they're supposed to check in on Monday, like now my Tuesday that I have laid out to do client programming, training programming, posing calls, and being
That's
a human myself,
yeah.
like I have these things set in place for a reason.
Exactly. So it throws, you know, a wrench in my day if I'm not expecting a check-in from you and then all of a sudden like there it is, it's like, oh, okay. Let me pause what I'm doing. So yeah, not checking in on time, not following protocols, you know, just please follow the things. Another thing is don't beat around the bush with your answers and then make me ask you questions twice. Like if you went off plan, oh, this is what I was thinking yesterday. Like when people ghost me and I'm like, you know, what happened? Like, where is this person? Like, are you okay? But sometimes I think they just like they feel like they fell off the wagon and then they're like embarrassed about it. So they don't say anything, but that's the whole goddamn reason you have me hired. Like, I'm here to hold you accountable and to help you. I'm not going to like yell at you if something happened and it's like,
If you went on a weekend bender, I would rather you check in and then we can figure out like why and
right.
like what found it.
It's fine.
Uh,
I mean, don't just like disappear.
and, like being like clear and concise in your feedback. I have some clients who they say a whole lot of stuff, but there's nothing there.
Right.
And so I'm spending like, 5 minutes on an email where I'm reading things and I'm like,
What did
uh,
this?
what happened? Like, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? Your pictures look great. But like the feedback is just like this and this and this and all this like bullshit stuff. Like, and like, yes, I need to know about your life, but I like
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like these like I feel like it's like you're going with the wind and just like I was just in a dark place and my dog I didn't sleep well because my dog got outside and then I was chasing him down the street and then I couldn't get him back inside and like
But
it
what
took
is the
me
purpose of this story? Like,
right? Yeah. So, and all of that being said, like when you said your sleep was like, just like my sleep was off because the dog let out. That's all I need to know. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully your dog came back. Like,
yeah,
I don't
yes.
need the whole story that you only had one slipper on, that you were in your pajamas, out running down the street, and blah, 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 blah. And like,
Clarity. Like, don't make me ask, what does this mean?
yes. Yeah. Like, I mean, we're pretty good at deciphering things, but like I only know what you tell me, but I also like if you tell me so much, like there's so much there that it's almost like it's too much information where I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. And also, like, you're responsible for, you know, doing, sorry, this is kind of like a totally new subject. You're responsible for like doing your homework, essentially. Like, if I send you something, read it. Like, I don't just put things out there, especially when it's like about protocols or something. Like, yeah, sometimes I'll share like podcasts and stuff, like watch it if you want. If you don't, like that's on you. But like I'm not sharing things for no reason. So usually it could benefit you, but also you need to read what someone is putting out there. Like if your boss sent you an email, would you read it like fully, or do you just like skim it and not go to the end? Like I'll put shit in my stuff that's like, okay, here, like at the end, that's like, what word did I say in this email that you're gonna message me right now, like to see if anyone's reading it, and no. And
Yeah, to see
then
the act.
you don't read things, and then you ask questions that have been answered already. So then, like, it shows that you're not putting in any effort.
Yeah. I have some athletes who will like respond the following Monday with answers to questions I asked the previous week. And I swear at the end of every Loom video, I'm like, if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out.
I do that too.
I need to start saying, please respond to this email that you understand. Like send me a GIF of you doing of this, or this, saying that you
Yeah.
read and understood all the email. Like, do we have to make this like lawyer-ish? Like, I agree that I read all of this to the fullest extent and I
Initial
understand what
here.
I'm doing. Yeah, I am implementing what you said. What like, because if we're talking about like food sources that may be causing you issues, like these are like this is like a communication like feedback loop. It's like the communication doesn't end with me just sending you the Loom video.
Me telling you what to do is not going to help you. Like us talking through what maybe could change is what's going to help you, or like how we can just like move the needle in the right direction just slightly. Like it's not just here's what you're gonna do and then you follow what I say. Like it's a two-way street. Like it has to be sustainable for you. And I don't know if it is if you don't respond.
This is this is reasons why your coach hates you. The actual title to this.
We
Um,
don't hate anybody, but I mean, there are things.
there are things that are just annoying.
Please pay attention to us.
Yeah.
We're trying to help you.
Yeah. And that's I think that's what frustrates me the most. It's like I'm not just like giving you this shit just because
For shits and
it
gigs.
yeah, like you came to me wanting to feel better about yourself, lose weight, build muscle, shape your body, feel good, have a lifestyle. And like this is what I'm here for. Like I'm here to help and assist you. And I can only do like so much.
We don't know what we don't know, and that comes from our clients communicating with us and having that open line of communication. Like they always have access to us. And I thought honestly, like reasons your coach hates you is you don't ask enough questions sometimes. Like I'm like, hello, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? How can I help you? Like, how can I best assist you? But I think the number one reason you're gonna piss me off, and you can probably agree with this. And I swear, if anyone is getting offended by this, like, please don't. But number one thing not to do is don't ask me a very Googleable question.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get that as much as I had when I first started coaching, but
Yeah.
I still get some questions that you could Google.
Um,
Or just like, I think we talked about this before in one of our earlier podcasts this year. Like, come to me if you have a question or something you want to talk about. Like, maybe you do a little bit of research on your own and then come to me like, hey, what do you think about this? I was reading this article, or hey, I found this food item. What are your thoughts? Instead of like you being like, oh, I just want different breakfast options. I was like, okay, what do you want? And they're like, I'll put it in your hands. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you to eat the oats.
yeah,
Like, if you want something different, maybe like if you're at the grocery store and you see like the Kodiak cake oats or like the mug brownie or something like, oh, this has like oats in it. I wonder if that's okay. Like, hey, let's, you
right.
know, I don't
I
know.
don't, I guess like thinking, I don't really get a lot of Googleable questions from my clients, but when people message me on Instagram, like about a product I'm using,
Yeah. How much is
it
it?
says, it's like, what is it? Where did you find this? I'm like, it says the brand name on it.
especially if it's like great value. Like, yo, I got this out.
Yes. But yeah.
I think just like asking smart questions, being open to communication, being open to different ways of thinking. If you've always followed macros and, maybe it's just not working for you, let's, try a different approach.
Right.
And I'm still learning as, an athlete too.
Mhm,
So like
same.
probably reasons why Ben hates me, but we won't go into that. Beckon does nothing wrong. Beccon's the perfect
Never.
Beccon's the perfect athlete for everyone listening.
It's because our communication is so good. That's what.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you can take something away from this. And it helps you be a better client. A more coach. Biggest takeaway, be coachable. Be
Yes.
open-minded.
Yeah.
But if you have any questions for us, you can find me on Instagram at Beckon_Bikini.
You can find me on Instagram at KeekersLaugh_IFBB Pro.
Give us a 5-star rating and review and let us know what you think.
Yes, yes.
Where's my
Cheers.
Cheers.
What's up, guys? Coach Kiki here. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Champagne Gainz. If you loved this episode, please make sure you do all of the things. Like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review, and share with your champagne bestie. Champagne Gainz is also brought to you by Coach Kiki LFG Gym Gear. Unlock the full power of your workouts with Coach Kiki's Let's Fucking Grow hip bands, long resistance bands, cable ankle straps, and hip thrust pads. For all of your sprinkle booty gains, check out CoachKikiLFG.com. Thanks, guys. Cheers.